A very warm good afternoon to everyone. This is Shruti Anand, journalist at K12 News, and today we are back with another session of K12 Talks 2021. And to welcome our eminent guest for today, Miss Richa Sharma, who is the principal at Raghav Global School. Hello, ma'am. Good morning. Welcome to K12 Talks 2021.
Good morning.
How have you been, ma'am? How has, I mean, let's say the post-pandemic era as an educator been for you?
I believe that the pandemic times has been a great learning experience for all the students, for all the teachers, and across the world for all the people as such. Post-pandemic, yes, we are reviving. We are back to school. The schools are alive again with students coming. Though we are following all the protocols of the COVID-19. I believe that the pandemic has been completely, successful in bringing disruptive technologies into education. We all had introduced digital literacy into our programs, but when the lockdown was, announced, the schools were shut, and we saw an impact of COVID on 250 million children in India. We realized that the schools have shifted from the four walls to the small screen. And definitely, why I say this is and this was a great learning experience. Why? Because teachers and students equally worked hard to learn on this digital platform. So I think this pandemic times have been completely making a mark in the history of mankind, because we are witnessing the change that is happening in education, the change that is happening in our lives, in the health sector, in the job sector, and across the world.
Very well said, ma'am. And as you mentioned that the schools are now open, what are the COVID-19 and other guidelines that that your school is currently doing?
Hello, I think there
Um,
was a connection.
Not a problem. So, ma'am, I was just asking that as you mentioned that the schools are now open, what are the COVID-19 and other guidelines that your school have been following?
You see, we have been following the protocols of the COVID-19. Right from the gate, we have the temperature check of all the students. Before we started with our, opening of the schools, we had interaction with the parents. A proper circular and guidelines were issued to the parents, wherein they had to keep certain guidelines in mind. For example, if children are, facing slight fever, cough, and cold, or there's a slight temperature, they should avoid children, avoid sending children to our school. After the check at the at the gate, temperature check, we also have a sanitizing machine that sanitizes the bag, and their hands are sanitized. We also have a regular protocol of sanitizing our all classrooms and corridors and staircases twice a day. And we also ensure that social distancing in the classrooms is also maintained. So we have a ratio of 15 to 18 students attending the classes, and the distance of 1 feet is mandatory in between the two tests. And this is the reason that we are running our schools on hybrid mode. So we have students coming regularly to school thrice a week, twice a week, and they're also attending the rest of the days online classes as well. So these protocols are definitely followed. We have taken consent of the parents who would like to send their wards. And I think September 2021 onwards, we have seen an increase in the strength, as well as parents and students have showed confidence in the school that they would definitely like to send their children for a kind of offline school. Assessments have also been, conducted offline, again following all the protocols of the COVID, keeping all the safety measures in mind.
Ma'am, that being very well said and being very precautious. But I'm just having comments on the point where social interaction is very mandate in between the students and the teachers, and within the students themselves, of course.
Yes, talking about the student teacher, social interaction. I believe when we were completely on online mode, I find teachers very well connected with all the students. Uh, they all were, undergoing tremendous pressure of being logged, one of all. Second, they do not have access to a regular school where they would come, share, and interact with their peers. So they would have their teacher always available for interactions. So any kind of stress, problems, things that they would like to share with their teachers, we had made arrangements for them. Not only the class platform that was available, in fact teachers were also available on WhatsApp. I would really salute the spirit of teachers, because uh, in an offline mode you were available from 8 to 1:30 or maybe 3 o'clock, and then on WhatsApp. But during pandemic, I think student and teacher really have build a strong bond, because teachers were really available 24 into 7, wherein a lot of certain sessions, whether it was for remedial or whether it was for filling up the learning gaps, whether there were certain addition classes that students required, teachers were always able to provide them help at the flexibility of time and place of the student. This was a kind of obstacle in the offline, because you have limitation of 8 to 1:30 and 2:30. But I think coming on the digital platform during pandemic, and when you are digitally available, the student and teacher has this flexibility of time, place, and pace of learning as well. And this is the reason I believe that the social interaction between the student and teacher has really built up, and it's growing very strong day by day, because they believe that their teacher is always available to help them, and at different times and at different time frames as such. So I feel that there's a strong bond that has developed between student and teachers, and they've gone beyond their help that they could extend to all the children when in need.
Ma'am, that being very well said. And of course, this platform, K12 Talks 2021, has has its views, is very much to thank the teachers who have played the part of a warrior during such difficult and dark times for the students.
Absolutely, absolutely. I would agree that they have really been, acting not only as teachers, but guide, mentors, counselors, a friend, a buddy, which a student need. I think definitely I would like to salute their spirit of dedication.
Absolutely, ma'am. So thank you so much for your eminent presence today with K12 Talks, with sharing through our platform how exactly the experiences were and how exactly we are moving forward in the year 2022. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Nice talking to you.
Same here, ma'am. So thank you so much, our eminent supporters and our wonderful viewers, for your time and your support. So this is Shruti Anand, journalist at K12 News, today present with the principal at Raghav Global School, Miss Asha Sharma. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry, Miss Richa